Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in again and welcome to another episode of Sir Havoc and his tutorials. If you've been following my channel, you'd have seen that since the last month I've been doing mainly live streaming and putting some live stream highlights up on the channels for you to view. Now the reason I've been doing this is because I've been really busy in real life. Obviously, those of you that know me, I've got a little baby, a full-time job, and things have been going on with the clan and the community that I've needed to divert my attention to. Well, highlights from stream can go up really quick, so I've been picking some of the best ones from there just to keep you guys going till I can get back and provide you with some more epic tutorials. So that time has come. Epic tutorials is back on the plate, and here we are starting off a new series. I thought it was really appropriate to talk to you guys about how to cope with games when you're bottom tier. Now everyone covers what to do in a medium, what to do in heavy, light, all these rigid plans about what you should do, when really it's a load of coswallet, because what you need to do changes depending on what tanks your team has, what tanks the enemy teams have, what tier you are. Are you top tier, middle tier, are you bottom tier, are you light, you medium, you heavy, your tank destroyer, your artillery, how many tank destroyers does the enemy have, how many heavies. It's all variables, and you have to work with them variables to try to create a consistent. So what I wanted to do is do a video on how I can teach you guys what to do when you're bottom tier, okay, how you can go about assessing what you need to do, okay, and just try to expand your minds a bit, so when you are bottom tier, instead of crying about matchmaking, you can think, right, how am I going to be effective in this team? Okay, I'm going to teach this tutorial by way of 2 games, and both games are going to have audio commentary, so we're going to discuss it as I go through, okay, and that's it. That's without further ado. We're going to get straight into it. If you don't know though, my name is Sir Havoc. I have run 2 clans, World of Tanks University and Havoc Clan. If you're looking for a community, if you're looking for a clan, look no further. The links are in the description and apply now. We use these videos that you're watching here as learning tools, and we have regular trainings, strongholds and fun. We do silly games, and it's just a great warm environment for learning. There's no rages or flamers, and you are not penalised for making mistakes. You are given the autonomy to make as many mistakes as you like and learn by them, which is what I like. Sounds good too. Okay, here we go into the first game, and I'll speak to you afterwards for the assessment. Goodbye. So here we go. First thing you look at when you go into a game, the enemy team, your own team. Okay, what am I? I'm tier 5 and I'm in a heavy. I'm also in a platoon with Havoc Monkey who's in the same tier as me, the KV-1S. My tank's strengths are its gun, okay, and its other strength is its manoeuvrability and speed for a heavy tank. Its weakness is its armour in this game. The enemy team has a lot of tank destroyers that could do me a lot of damage, that could sit up on the high ground. It has an equal amount of heavy tanks which could do me damage, as well as it has medium tanks. This map has a lot of channels where you can go head to head. Okay, so I'm thinking about where I'm going to go, where the enemy might go. I'm thinking that if I go low and encounter them heavy, so I'll die real quick. I'm thinking that if I go high and get caught out by the tank destroyers, I'll die real quick. So very quickly, I'm trying to develop a strategy. Okay, I'm looking at the enemy team. There's not much there I cannot penetrate from. Well, I can penetrate it all from the sides and the rear. I might struggle a bit with the IS to penetrate from the front. But I'm looking across there and I'm thinking, if I know the weak points, if I can see the weak points of them tanks, I can penetrate them. So what within the first few seconds that goes through my head is, what's my plan? Well, I can tell you what my plan on this map is to shoot across and get under the mountain, right low down. I'm hoping to encounter the Stuart there. I'm also hoping to encounter 1 or 2 of the mediums there, and see if me and Havoc can overwhelm them and tuck ourselves in under the mountain at B3 and proxy spot the stuff above. I then plan to go along the bottom there, along that ridge line towards their base once the battle is developed. So that is my long-term strategy, going into the map, assessing the enemy team and starting off with a strategy. So here we go, moving forwards. Now, you're moving forwards, what do you need to do? I'll tell you what you need to do. Start heading the direction you want to go. Whilst you're doing that, you're watching where your team's going. We do not have any dedicated scouts our side. Okay, so we haven't got someone that can get forward with a good view range and let us know what's going on. We do have a T-67, but he's going to have to do a blimey good job to spot that stuff up above there. Now, Havoc's gone low and I've gone high. That's for 2 reasons. That gives us flanking options. and differing vectors on any potential targets we come across. It also makes shooting us very hard. Here comes our first victim, E25. Now, this is one of their better tanks. If we can take this tank out, we're going to be doing really well. I'm aware that he's spotted us now, and that we could have incoming shots from the hill. I've commanded the Havoc Monkey to go into an attack mode, and we leap into action. I'm now seeing the Achilles on top of the mountain, and I'm knowing I need to get out of his firing range pretty quick. So one tier 7 down. So now it's time to review the battlefield. We can see that our southern flank is going to fold pretty soon. Okay. We've got tanks being spotted up the top and we're doing damage. I'm no longer planning to get to B3 because we've been stopped here, and to go across the open ground would mean our deaths. So now it's time to be patient and see what we can turn up here. You know, bottom tiers, you're a support tank, nothing more, okay? You're a support tank for the heavy tanks, unless you're a Unicum, of course. So you need to act like a support tank. You don't want to be on the front line, you do not want to be face on. Okay, so now this is what we're doing. We're hanging back and we're in support. There's a heavy there below us, the Tiger tank, and I'm moving forward to cover him. So when they shoot down on him, I can defend him and stop him from taking shots. You can see now, I've changed my mind on attack, and I realise that I need to intercept the enemy blob now. Even though I'm bottom tier, I have a responsibility to read the map and go where I see fit. I know the top road could lead to a battle of attrition up there, especially since there's heavies up there. So what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to buy that Tiger some time and flank the enemy forces. Because where they are, they're down a dip. And they have to come uphill to get to me, which makes them slow, and their gun depression works against them. So now, if me and Monkey move along here, we have a strategic advantage, and we'll be seeing their side and their rear, which in a bottom tier tank is exactly what you want. I'm looking for the M6 that you can see lit up on the map, but it turns out he's not there. He's changed to a different location. So you can see now, me and Havoc always go into different vectors, never from the same place. So that tank's either aiming at one of us or aiming at the other. We're making it hard for him to get shots. He's facing him on and I'm flanking. As you can see now, the north of the flank have fallen and the south has fallen. And our team is spread sporadically throughout the map. Now you may ask yourself why I didn't finish that M6 off. It was because Havoc Monkey had a shot and I wanted to lay some shots on these higher tier targets to soften them up. Because it was obvious to me now that it would be a carry needed from me and Havoc. So now we've stopped the advance on this flank and they're looking at us. But in comes an IS-2 from the rear. And I'm moving to Havoc and said now it's time for us to take that tank on. So even that's a top tier heavy and we're bottom tier heavies, we can work as a team to defeat that by doing a thing called seesawing, which I'll tell you about in a minute. I don't know why I call it a seesaw, but basically it's like you do alternate peekaboo. Hit him with a tracking shot there, but didn't get any damage unfortunately. Now Havoc Monkey's dead, and it's down to me in this T-67. So this is the peek at the seesaw. When he pulls back and looks at me, I duck out the way so the other tank can get a shot, and vice versa. Just as we finish off the IS-2, the other top tier heavy comes into view. Now I need to rinse and repeat the seesawing against him. So I've got a T-67 working with me, a bottom tier tank, and I'm not in communication with him, but I need to use his position. I need to utilise what I know, and I know that that AMX is going to come through and try and attack us. So pulling him now into the fire of the Tiger on the hill. Okay, so I don't know if you saw me look about 10 seconds ago. I looked at the Tiger, I saw he was there, and I recognised I needed to pull these tanks onto him. So I'm using my teammates to defeat these guys. These guys want to shoot me, but I'm drawing them into the fire of others. And it don't matter what tier you're in, you can do that. In actual fact, I do that all the time in light tanks. Okay, but it works with bottom tier heavies and mediums. They want to kill you because you're bottom tier. Use that need for them to kill you against them and pull them into a teammate who's got a better vantage point over them. Using the speed now to get round. So we've taken this from almost a sure loss to almost a sure victory. Just by recognising the strengths of our tank and the weaknesses of the enemy team, reading the map well to make sure we flanked in time, understanding that just because we're bottom tier it doesn't mean we don't have a role in the battle or we can't change the battle. Missed my shot there, unfortunately.
Target acquired. Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy fuel tank is hit.
And there we go. We do go on to win that match. The Tiger comes down and kills the T-20. Now in that match we looked at how two bottom tier heavy tanks could behave in a battle. How they could read the map, support the higher tiers, remain in a place where they could relocate and do their job effectively as bottom tier tanks. They're heavy tanks. I didn't want to go into tank destroyers because essentially whether you're top tier or bottom tier you're kind of campy. And also light tanks, I didn't really want to go into light tanks because as light tanks most of the time you're either bottom tier or mid tier and therefore know what you're doing anyway. Your role kind of doesn't really change in a light tank depending on what your tier is. The other tank I wanted to go through is medium tanks. So in this next game we're going to look at a game I played in the Cromwell where I'm a tier 6 against tier 8s. Okay, and we're going to look at, I'm playing on my own, and we're going to look at again the processes you go through which go into you making your mind up what to do and when and how you as a bottom tier can be effective. So here again, same thing as last time. Let's look at the teams. I'm a tier 6 medium in a tier 8 game. There's heavies, mediums and tank destroyers that will make mincemeat of me if I let them. My job is 3 simple things. Stay alive, do damage, get kills. However, you've got to remember you're a support tank. And as a medium you might want to be a little bit more aggressive than in a bottom tier heavy because you can get yourself in and out of situations. So here we go. We can see there's a load of mediums here that are between the same tier as me, 1 tier higher and 2 tiers higher. So I'm not going to be too mega aggressive here. It wouldn't pay for me to do so. I'm just going to use this bush to spot them as they come up so my tank destroyers that are behind me can put shots in. However, if I get spotted I've got to be ready to pull back pretty quick. Now for some reason, I can't tell you why, I didn't switch on that I'd been spotted there. And this enabled this VK to come and hit me. However, I did return the favour, so we're 1 for 1 and decided to pull back. So again, I'm watching the map. I've got a whole host of mediums in front of me. There's an enemy team in the village and onto the other flank. So my role is just to be patient, draw the enemy team onto me, use myself as bait as safe as I can, and pull them into the tank destroyers which are hopefully covering me. Now there's shots here, and just as I line up to shoot this Panzer, the Churchill comes past, and that was a bit annoying actually. I'm aware of that VK on top of the hill, but I know his gun depression won't let him hit me. So for him to come and hit me, he has to be able to make himself be shot by the tank destroyer. So I'm not worried about him. I'm too busy trying to put shots into the side of this T-34, and we managed to finish him off, which is a big win for our team. I now go forwards and slap one into the VK. He's a one-shot now, so a tank, enemy light tank out of the game is a good move. So now the other flank isn't looking as strong as it just was with the T-34 going, and these mediums seem to be dispersing a bit. So I'm still going to just continue moving up and down the flank here and seeing what opportunities arise to me. Now I am an opportunist, so when I see this tank that's the same tier as me, I decide to put some damage into him. Still remaining quite defensive. I'm not moving too far forwards. You know, it's him that's in a forward position here rather than me. I'm watching for tanks. As a bottom tier, you should be watching for tanks that are good opportunities, that are good, easy steals. And that Type 58 was. And now I've got my eyeball on this Cromwell. So he's pulled back now, and I'm not willing to chase him over there because I'll just get shot. I need to conserve my hit points if I can. I want to come down and see if I can put some flanking shots into some of these tanks that are in the town to distract them and to do some more damage. I'm 905 hit points of damage into the game now. I'm still relatively full on my life, so I'm doing well. And I'm doing that support tank thing. I'm not going head on with anything. I'm just supporting. Now this Cromwell decides to come in for me. This means it's a one-on-one battle. He's got more hit points to me, which means I'll die if I'm not clever. Naturally, I pull back to pull him into the fire of my allies. And I'm relying now of hiding behind this house, and I'm hoping that my allies are going to put shots into him and save me, and they do. So that takes us up to almost 1600 hit points of damage, but now I'm a one-shot. So I need to be a bit careful now. I know my game's far from over. I've still got all my modules apart from my radio driver, so that's cool. I don't mind that. My radio driver's injured, but I can carry on my harassing role here now. The game is not won, even though we are winning 6-4. So I'm still very much wanting to get some damage and be effective in this team. I'm also aware that the two Object 416s are about, and they're both good players. So as I move in a T-44, I light up the Object 416, and he's one of their better players. So now I'm going to be careful here. I'm a one-shot to him anyway, and he has a fast rate of fire, and he's a good player. I know that all I need to do is keep him busy, and our 1375 comes in and finishes him off, so that's good. So now I'm looking, and all the tanks are accounted for on the battlefield. They've all been spotted. I know there's 3 over one side, and I know there's 3 over the other side. And now it's time for me to move in. So I'm moving in a different flank from this 1375 to give a different, an opposite vector. Unfortunately, he finishes the tank off before I can get there. So I move into the rear of this IS-3. Now this is where, as a bottom tier medium, you should be really getting forwards and doing the damage, which is going to give you the Unicum level game. So put a couple into the IS-3. Now it's time to go in for the Tiger 2. So I'm still supporting. I'm not taking these tanks head on. Okay, I'm getting around by their weak spots. You know, I'm flanking, I'm distracting, I'm supporting. I'm being patient. There you go. So I don't manage to get any more damage in this game. I finished on 2,284, which is about the same as I got in the KV-1S game. As a bottom tier medium. Patience, support, okay. Patience again. Stay alive, do damage, get kills. Stay alive, do damage, get kills. Stay alive, do damage, get kills. It's like the Havoc rap. Stay alive, get the damage, get kills. Ace tank again, which I was quite happy of. I also get a nice medal, Fire 4 effect, and the Confederate. Not too bad for a bottom tier medium. Managed to earn myself 49,000 credits, just under 50,000. However, I will admit, I forgot to turn myself off premium ammo, so I burned most of that in premium ammo. However, I did get a decent amount of base XP, 1231. Top experience in the game. I still made a profit. And I was effective as a bottom tier medium. Just like I was effective as a bottom tier heavy. It's about the mindset of your game. It's about how you tackle your game, your game plan. My game plan in this game was just to get forwards, spot, stay alive, do damage, get kills. And there you go. So there you have it, guys. Just because you're bottom tier, it doesn't mean you have to have a bad game. Okay, so we're going to recap now, right? First things first, get your head in the game. Just because you're bottom tier, don't let yourself have a defeatist attitude. And do not spread that on to your teammates by whining about matchmaking. You're in control of your own destiny in this game. You're a support tank. Don't go running head on into the enemy like a noob. You're just going to die. They've got more pen than you. They've got more hit points than you. They've got more armor than you. They've got bigger guns than you. They do more damage. Don't do it. Be a support tank. Hold back. Put yourself into a good strategic position. If necessary, use the armor of your higher tier counterparts. That means hiding behind them. Wait for the targets to shoot at them. That should give you a time to pop out and take a shot safely. Because of your low pen, you're going to need to place your shots accurately into weak spots. You're not going to be able to do that head on. So you need to either be at a flanking position, or if you are head on, hiding behind hiding behind a friendly heavy tank or cover, wait for them to fire, then put shots in. Just remember about being support tank. Rise to that challenge. Stay alive. Do damage. Get kills. But stay alive at the end again. Because you need to stay alive to do the damage to get the kills. Okay? If you're not alive at the end of the game, you do yourself out of a lot of damage. Okay? So you've got to remember, when you're bottom tier, the onus is not really on you to carry a match too heavily. But you can make a massive difference. And when you realise that, you can get into the game a bit more. Those that are carrying the game do need support. And if you're harassing and putting side shots in, you're going to make that job so much easier for them, even if you're not penetrating your shots. So remember, beat matchmaking, stay alive, do damage, get kills, even if you're bottom tier, rise to the challenge. And if you've got any examples of really good bottom tier carries, send me the replays and I'll put them on another video. Right, that's all for now. Remember, I live stream every week. It's going to be this Wednesday, but after that every Thursday. The address will be below. Getting a good following now, having a great live stream. I've been posting YouTube videos about that. A lot of people have been wanting these tutorials to start again, so the tutorials are back on now. However, I will be continuing to put on live stream videos, so don't let that phase you. It's not that I'm moving away from tutorials and only doing live stream now. It's just that live stream videos are really quick to upload. It takes 2 minutes to highlight a part of a live stream and upload it to YouTube, which takes 5 minutes. All I have to do then is whack a thumbnail on it, and I can just share with you some of the best moments from the live stream. I've also been doing 2-hour features, so you can watch the whole live stream if you want to, which is cool. Some people have done that, and I've got some good likes. But if that's not for you, don't worry, just don't watch them. Just stay tuned for the tutorials. However, you will learn a lot watching the live stream. You'll see me win, you'll see me lose, you'll see me fail, you'll see me achieve, and you'll see me have a lot of laughs, as Cilla Black says. So anyway, I'm off now. Have a good cup of tea, and watch this again if you need to, and I'll see you later. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out and give me a big e-pin. And if you like it and leave a positive comment, it means that I donate money to the Goats charity that ran the corner, or straw. Alright? But you'll have to take my word for it. See you later. Bye.